we're here with an interview with Ninjaboogie from Team Rave, hot off their victory over IG from the lower bracket, staying alive but still have a tough road ahead with Big God coming up next. NB, how's it going, man? How you feeling?
Feel good. We're still in the tournament. Hopefully we can keep going.
Yeah, so beating IG, I think a bit of an upset, at least the crowd seems to think it was an upset.
Yeah, I think it is because a lot of people, like what I read in the comments and stuff, is like saying most of the games you played up to now were all best of one, so anything can happen in best of one. And winning this best of three proves that, you know, our team is capable to take 2 games off with a top tier team.
So Big God up next, what are you thinking?
We're definitely gonna discuss some strategies when they get back, but I think we can take them.
Yeah, absolutely. So are you still going by Ninjaboogie? I noticed you're tagged up as NB. Is that a proper name change?
I decided to change it because once I moved over to Korea, I started getting quite a bit of fans over there with our recent success, and I realized doing an autograph, Ninjaboogie is quite long. So I just decided to change it shorter to NB.
All right, I can appreciate that. So talk to us about Korea a little bit. You guys have been training over there for a while. How's that going?
It's good. It gets boring because all we do there is pretty much play. You know, we don't go out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's fun. I like it there. Then we have our breaks every now and then, and we go back home visit friends.
Is it hard, like culture fit for you, being a white guy in Korea?
It's tough because practically no one speaks English there.
Yeah.
It's like it's impossible to communicate. Even though we want to go out, it's like, okay, how do we order? How do we flirt with girls? You know, like anything. Yeah. So it's just like, okay, we're just staying at home.
Yeah. So talk to us about the team dynamic a little bit. You guys are pretty diverse. You're American, but you've been spending a lot of time in the SEA region before going to Korea, correct?
I'm half American, half Filipino. I was born and raised in Cebu, which is in Philippines. So I've lived there for 23 years of my life.
So the team is made up of mostly Pinoy players and then one South Korean, is that right?
No, our manager's Korean.
Okay, your manager's Korean. Okay.
Everyone's pretty much Pinoy, but JO's Canadian.
Canadian, right, okay. That's cool. So talk to us about this tournament a little bit. We've talked to some other players that have had some mixed feedback, to put it mildly, about the organization and some of the other parts of this event. How's it been for you guys?
Well, I think the first few days it was quite rough. Like there was a lot of lag issues and stuff, and I got penalized because I kind of vented out on all stream, and yeah.
Was that during the group stage?
Yeah, it was our game against HGT.
I was casting that game. That was at the 30-minute pause. I did a podcast during that game. It was so long.
It was horrible because there was that one time they were taking Roshan, and then we fought them out of it. And the next thing we know, when we killed Roshan, it was lagging, and then all of a sudden Slark's like trying to get the Aegis. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, it's like, yeah.
So what was the penalty?
Just minus bonus time for drafting for our next game, like 40 seconds or something.
Was it worth it?
A little bit.
Definitely let some rage out. I remember I was casting with Suns fan, and we were both like, things are getting pretty tense over there in China. Okay, we're just gonna cut to the camera feed and
exactly.
keep things light a little bit.
Because I mean, there's nothing wrong with lag happening at the beginning of the game, but when it's like happening during the clash, that's like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, what are the admins gonna do if Slark was able to get the Aegis at that point? You know.
So. Yeah. No, that's scary. And the best of ones are already the nature of best of ones are always not the best. So, I wanted to ask your thoughts about tournament saturation. And a lot of people have been talking about oversaturation. Do you think that's an issue? Has that affected you guys at all in the area of the world that you've been playing Dota?
I think we've exhausted ourselves. During December, like we were playing like Star Ladder, Summit. Then we had KDL, and then we had like MPGL. Like, it came to a point where I'm flying to a different country every 2 weeks for LAN events or like having to do something for the team. Yeah. So it takes a toll. And then for us normal people, besides the Chinese, because Chinese, they don't celebrate Christmas and stuff. You know, we expect to have Christmas break on China, but then there's like China's tournaments and going on and stuff.
Even Starladder, I was casting on Christmas Day. That was how I started my morning.
It's like sometimes teams just want to have a break, and then by the time the Chinese teams are back, it's like, you know, the schedule is pretty messed up, and sometimes teams have to say no to tournaments just to get a good break. Yeah.
So what's the solution? Do you think just tournament consolidation? Would you rather have like fewer large tournaments, or you have to consider like the amateur scene and all that stuff? Is it just a point where not every team should play in every tournament?
I think it also depends on like how well the team stands. Like if they feel like they're already a top tier team, I think they don't have to really commit so much into like medium-sized tournaments. You know, they just go for the big ones. But it's up to them, you know, because it's up to them to decide whether they want to practice more and get more out of it, or just relax.
Right, right. Very cool. Well, good luck to you, sir. Big God is going to be your next best of 3 coming up later this afternoon, and after that, I guess potential to take Secret or possibly Cloud9 if they can beat HGT.
Yeah, it's a very tough road. You know, not a lot of room for errors.
Well, I mean, you guys are guaranteed top 6 or now, so I mean, this is the point in the tournament where there are no easy games, right?
Exactly. I mean, when I got interviewed, when I got in, I predicted that we'd get top 5. You know, that was my expectation.
Wow,
so
that's good.
I'm glad we made it as far.
So based on where you're at now, the payout, I think it's in the 6 digits for the team, right? For top 6.
Yeah.
So is this is the biggest payout you guys have had so far?
Yeah.
Is that going to affect the team dynamic, you think, at all, or is it just more motivation to stay together and keep on pushing for TI?
More motivation, because like what pushed us before when I joined, because I was the last person in the team to join. A lot of people think we have salary and like everything's accommodated in Korea, but everything we do is like our winnings we put into our rent. You know, like we absolutely get nothing. We have no salary, no nothing.
So what does Rave provide for you as a team?
Basically, our Korean manager was a player before. They were EOT Hammer, and then like he didn't like the sponsor or something, so he decided to make Rave like it's a business technically, just so that our Filipino players can get visa so they can stay longer. And then they pay tax just so the business can keep going.
Okay, I see. Wow. Well, that's tough to hear, but also good that you guys have been able to make enough money that you can put it back in and find at least a semi-sustainable existence. Yeah. That's very exciting. Well, thank you for taking the time. I really appreciate it. Where can people find you? Are you on any social media, Twitter or anything like that?
Nah, I'm too lazy for that.
No Twitter, no Facebook, nothing?
My team's like, you gotta make a Twitter. I'm like, no.
All right, just NB in game. That's what you gotta look out for. All right, very good. Any shout outs, any call outs?
Shout out to my teammates, doing really well, and my sister and my nephew.
Okay, no call outs?
No.
No? Oh, that's the spirit. There we go. All right, folks. Well, stay tuned. Plenty more interviews here from DAC 2015 coming.